So hopefully the sound on this one's better, because I figured out if you leave a fan running and you point it directly at your microphone, it makes you sound crappy and shitty. So I have new eyes on. Fucking camera magic. I should gotta do more though, but I think I lost like half my makeup last night. Let me tell you about my night. So I talked to you. I didn't talk to you. I texted you because so I go to the bar, and first I go to the train station, like I told you about, and there were just fucking spiders everywhere. I'm so happy that you've like experienced that bullshit, because like it's one of those things, people, that I was trying to like explain it to, like just you don't get it until you fucking been there. What the fuck kind of phone number is 031024? It's not even a phone number. So yeah, so I'm like freaking out because there's all these spiders and they're just like huge. They're just everywhere. Hold on. So yeah, no, there's these spiders everywhere and it's like bugging me out. Sorry, I had to turn my camera off for like 10 seconds because I thought I had to go downstairs, but I didn't. So I'm like bugging out. I'm on the phone with Mom. I'm like trying not to like let them crawl on me, or like I'm standing underneath the. I guess it's technically a roof walkway thing, and I'm like looking at it and I'm trying to explain to my mom like how crazy this shit is, and it's like arachnophobia. And as I'm talking, I'm looking up and I'm watching this one thing like crawl across the shit. It was like this fucking big, I swear to God, like the body of it, not even with the legs. So I'm watching it and I'm talking to her and it goes right in my like facial vicinity, and it's like hanging there. I was just fucking like, I flipped out. I was like, I gotta call you back. I gotta go find somewhere to stand that like isn't under something or right next to something, because there's just spiders on all of it. So I do that, and then like I have this really depressing like phone conversation with my mom on the train, like the most, which is how everything happened. It's like we're talking like just being regular human beings, and then suddenly it's like, oh yeah, well, here's why you should just cry. Just hate your life. Like I will just list reasons. So I do that, and like, you know, bullshit the whole fucking train ride, and I'm like, oh Christ, I really can't do with this, but at least, you know, I'm going out and get a drink, blah blah blah. So there's that, and I'm already like totally pissed about, you know, what I texted you with Dan and that whole thing, and like, just, I don't know, not really feeling horribly about it. It was just making me feel horrible. But no, so I get to the bar and like, so right away already, and this is like the only bar in Pleasantville I like really like, I guess. Not that I've been there that much, but you know, I don't go to bars at all. So the fact that I've like repeatedly gone to this place and enjoyed it is a small miracle. But yeah, so I walk in and then like right away, like for some reason I don't really like understand it. I mean, it's not like I asked, but and again, it might just be like me being paranoid, like I do. But like I feel like everybody just like looks pissed at me, like just looks fucking angry with me, and I don't know. In my head, there's that thing where it's like, are they pissed that I'm here, but they knew I was coming, and like, you know what? And I tried to ignore it like the best I could. You know, we're sitting and we're talking, and I get a drink, and now I'm like really freaking out because of this conversation and the spiders and the thing, and then my morning and the bad news and all that, and now everybody looks just angry at me, and I don't know what I did, and I feel like I should leave, but I can't leave because I just fucking got there. Oh, and like the whole reason I went was to see, you know, my friend, like I told you about, that old manager I had at Borders that was like, I was used to try to hook him up with my mom and shit, because he was just like fucking awesome. He's supposed to be playing last night, and I look around, but, like, of course, like, he's just not there, even though he said he was going to be there. Probably, like, didn't realize, you know, I was going to try to, like, surprise him and show up. So, like, maybe he lied. I don't know. It's no big deal, but it's kind of pissing me off, because I'm, like, just really excited to, like, say hi and, like, catch up. Yeah, but everybody looks pissed, and it's like, oh, this bar is just people I hate, and then people I like who look angry at me. So I have a beer, and then I have another one, and then I have another one, and at this point I'm just like, it's not that I'm freaking out, but, like, I'm sure I'm going to at one point, so I just decided to, like, drink so I don't freak out, and this is why I don't drink beer. I have no idea what the fuck it is, or how to play with it. I just, liquor, I know I can have, like, 2 or 3 drinks, and then I have to stop. I just keep drinking beers, like, all night long. Too many. I had too many. So I did that thing where I had too many beers. I mean, this is going pretty well in this conversation. And, like, you know, I made a couple social faux pas, but I am nothing if I am not awkward. Like I mentioned, I thought, like, this guy playing was, like, the only good guitarist there, and it, like, just so happened somebody who had just played was, like, standing right next to me. I was like, I'm not even gonna bother trying to save that one. I'm not trying with it, but it's going, like, kind of okay, but I'm not sure why everybody looks mad at me. And I'm like, I gotta go have a cigarette, because fucking, and that's why I hate going out with people who don't smoke, because I'm like, I have to ditch to have a cigarette, but I can't drink and not smoke. So I go and I leave, and, like, you know, like, I'm kind of in a bad mood, and, you know, Dylan comes outside or whatever, and he's like, blah, 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 how are you? And I'm like, obviously I'm just, like, glaring at the road, smoking a cigarette, like, I'm not, so, you know, I was honest, and, like, usually I just good, I was like, you know, I've been better, I had a weird morning, I have bad news. And of course, like, somehow he, like, makes, like, this really awkward comment about Canada. I'm like, and I try to, like, brush it off. And I'm like, well, don't, you know, don't, it's Canada, whatever, just don't talk about it. It's kind of not the right word to me. And, like, finally I told him I was pissed, I wanted to have that mood. And I was, like, nice, and he was being so nice. He was being so nice. Like, after that, and after I, you know, he wasn't glaring at me or anything, because I guess he realized that I had a, like, legitimate reason to be kind of weird or upset. So yeah, I tell him that, we go back in, and at this point I'm like, fuck, like, now everything's really awkward, because, like, I'm kind of very private about why I'm angry when I'm angry. And so now it's like, he's being, like, super nice, but it's still, like, it's so awkward, and the whole night's just been so awkward, and I'm like, so of course I'm drinking more, and I don't feel like shit. I feel fine. I feel great, except for the fact that everything, you know, sucks, but what's new in my life. But so of course, like, yeah, and then I go outside and I'm talking to Dylan, and, like, people come out and they're leaving, and they're like, oh, well, you guys have been out here for, like, fucking ever. And I felt really bad, because I was like, cool. So not only was, like, tonight already awkward, like, we just sort of accidentally ditched people, and then we go to leave, and then I notice, like, suddenly I'm just, like, wasted, like, just trashed, which is usually fine, but lately I do this thing where I just, like, yell about my feelings. Who does that? And, like, who am I? And this is, like, now the 3rd time since I started drinking beer that I just, like, instead of just being drunk and being funny and, like, doing ridiculous, stupid shit to, like, entertain myself and other people, like, I just started yelling about my feelings. Like, all of them. And this poor kid's, like, trying to sit through it. I'm like, everything's horrible, like, this situation and that situation, and you and me is horrible, and then, like, just all the feelings. And this is, like, the 3rd time I've done this to this kid. 2nd time, something. One too many. But no, so like he drove me home, but and then I just crashed and same weird number. Yeah, so my night was fucking horrible, and I thought it was funny because you were like, "Don't get too drunk," and I'm like, "Shit, bitch, I ain't drinking wine. I am not gonna get it," but I did. So, in summation, I have feelings that shouldn't be shared, and I'm no longer drinking stupid fucking beers just because they're cheap. Because beer makes me feel feelings, and I thought it was supposed to be the opposite. You just texted me. Surprise, motherfucker. I'm gonna change my name to Sergeant Dokes and move to another country. I think it's my best solution. But I gotta go. Didn't realize it's like 5 o'clock. I'll rant to you more later. But fuck my life.